Today we are looking at this beauty. This is the JJRC Q40, otherwise known as the Mad Man, and it looks really stylish. First of all, let's look at this body. Really nicely decaled, really nicely painted, really bright and vibrant. I really appreciate this. This really does look really nice. Now we do have room for LEDs should you want to put them in these lights here. A nice little mod that could be done there, so I'll be looking at getting that done hopefully very soon. Now if we look more towards the front of the car, we can see we have a great big bull bar at the front with these huge foam filled rubber tyres. Working our way back, we have these faux spotlights, but they are going to be having the LEDs put in them very soon. Then we have a fifth wheel, or sixth wheel in this case because there are two of them, and this is the wheelie bar to stop it actually flipping over, and meaning that you can actually get some wheelies done on this guy. And this is it. It's a 1 in 12 scale, and it's pretty big. Not as big as the Bugster, that was 1 in 10, but this is still pretty goddamn sizable. So what I'm going to be doing today, we're going to be whacking an FPV camera on it, we're going to be whacking the GPS meter on it as well, we're going to be taking her out. Now I'm going to say I did want to take this out in the woods that we took out, the WL12428 a couple of weeks ago, but unfortunately we've had nothing but torrential rain for the past couple of days, and the part of the woods where I've just been walking before I came here is totally and utterly waterlogged. And as this guy isn't rated as waterproof, I didn't want to take my chance with that. So that's why I've come back down to our very trusty tarmac here, just to ensure that we can get a good little road test out of her. So with that, folks, let's set her up. Alright then, so here we go. Let's get these little strips pulled out. Let's get these cameras attached. These VHB strips are absolutely incredible. And they are my newest friends next to... newest friends? No, that makes me sound really sad. These are my newest little sticking buddies. Oh, that doesn't sound any better. Next to Velcro, because Velcro is great, but once it gets wet, you know, it's an absolute nightmare. But these VHB strips are absolutely superb. It's the rubberized plastic on the bottom, which is an absolute nightmare. And there we go, perfect. So let's put the GPS meter at the back, I think. Let's tuck him in the back in there. With this now, what I'm going to do is just undo these little clips, which probably would have been a lot easier if I hadn't put the GPS meter there. Oh well, hindsight is a wonderful thing. There we go. So let's move all these. Let's put them to one side. Let's take off this shell. Let's connect this battery. There we go. Come on. Battery's connected. Let me just get rid of these little bits of paper there. Let's turn her on. Now normally the wheels will self-align, but with this car it doesn't. I don't know whether that should give me concern for the second, or whether we are actually, whether that is fine, and whether once I turn on the transmitter as well, the wheels then should self-align. So let's just pop all this on. As I'm doing this, let's pop on the RunCam and let's get some FPV recording at least. Beep, there we go, fine, we've got FPV there. Let's turn on this little guy. Time, no, I want speed, so let's mode from time to speed. Record, there we go, excellent. Now as we've got that starting to record, let's turn on this transmitter. So we've got a little button here, there we are, the wheels auto aligned. So I'm going to keep the steering trim dead center as I said in the unboxing. Alright then folks, we're all good, so let's do it. Okay, so just to begin with, what I've got to notice straight away is this throttle is not, it doesn't bounce back immediately, so you do have to push it back with your finger. So it will, if you take your finger off, it will stop. But it's very gradual. If you want it to stop quickly, then you just ram your finger onto the reverse side, and it does just stop almost immediately. Right, so first of all we can see the suspension moving. We can see it really putting up with this really uneven ground. Oh, nice little bit of a jump there off a log. And it is reminding me quite a lot of the 12428. I think I have got to use a little bit of steering trim Yes, I have. Let's use a bit of trim to the right, because he is pulling to the right, a little bit more to the right. Let's see how he does. That's not bad. That's pretty dead centre. Okay, perfect. So now he's warmed up a little bit. Let's let him go. Oh, yes. Oh, this guy is nimble. This guy is very quick. For a brushed motor, he is very quick. But my suspicions were correct. He is moving a lot like the 12428, which I tell you what, I'm quite happy with, because that little 12428 is a beautiful little car. Right, okay, so before we take him out, I just want to show you this sticky throttle. So if I reverse him a little bit, and then if I pull him gently forward, see? So he still keeps on going. You've got to literally stop it in order for him to stop. Not a bad thing. It's not a fault of the car, it's a fault of the transmitter. If you were to bind this to another transmitter, if you can, then perhaps you won't have that. But just thought it's worth mentioning. So far, I'm not really seeing the need of that fifth wheel bar, just quite simply because he's not doing any wheelies at all, and I have really ragged this guy around, and he's not trying to pop up at all, pop up his wheels. Oh, wipe out. All in all, this guy is really doing quite well. He's moving around now. If you do turn him too fast, even though he has independent suspension, it's not oil filled, he is going to roll, and he's going to roll quite spectacularly. But just the suspension, just for these little jumps and stuff around here, he is really good for that. I mean, I had to, before I turned him around then, I had to really reduce his speed. So I am finding I am conscious of really reducing how fast this guy is going. But he's lovely. I like him. I like him a lot. Off-road, and then back on-road, and then screaming down here as fast as this little brush motor will go. Nice little bit of drifting skills there. Oh, there we go. And then back out we go. Oh, it's just so much fun, this little guy is. He's very good. If it's a toss-up though between the 12428 and this guy, oh, I don't know. We may have to put them side by side and see which comes off the best. But so far though, this little guy is just really fun. He turns really easily as well. He has got a bit of a grip issue. Well, no, it's not really a grip issue, it's that the floor is absolutely soaking wet and there's gravel everywhere. But he's holding his grip really well. Those rubber tyres and rubber tread really is doing its job properly. But what you're going to find is with these, as they're sort of all-terrain, they're not properly rode and they're not properly off-road either, you are going to find that when you are turning, he is going to just want to turn and continuously snake around the place. Not necessarily a bad thing, just be aware of it. So when you do start from a standing start there and the floor is wet like this, then you are going to find that he does slip quite a lot. But it's not uncontrollable slipping. You can regain control of him quite easily just by turning the wheel, you know, just opposite lock. And you can regain control of him quite easily. So he's not like the S912 Lupton Truggy that we saw, which just spins out of control and you can't take him any other direction, or you find it difficult to. This guy, as soon as he starts to spin, you can just power on, opposite lock, and that's it, he's going again. Oh, he is fun though, remarkable amounts of fun, this little guy. And he sounds great as well on this tarmac. He really does sound so good. Those rubber wheels really make him sound like a proper full-size car. Off-road, back on-road. Let's take him for a little bit of off-road and see exactly how he does up here. Oh, look at that. Straight into a bush. no problem though, because with these excellent controls, it's easy to ride him. Oh, oh, I think that's the battery. I'm now at full whack. So we do have 15 minutes of drive time with this guy. And I think I'm coming close to that because this is now full speed. Yeah, definitely coming close to it. As I'm turning, he's slowing down, so he hasn't got the power to keep the momentum going. But he is a remarkable amount of fun. He is. I would say it's a body based on the 1242L, if not exactly the exact chassis of the 124228. Oh, yeah, he's really slowing up. But even at this speed, and I am flat down, just to show you, I am flat down on the throttle. Even at this speed, he's easy to control. He's easy to control flat out, but this is a breeze. He's not skidding out all over the place. You can do quite tight turns, and he just manages it. Oh, it's just a breeze, absolute breeze. I think we are coming close. I've just looked at my camera time, and we are coming very close to the 15-minute mark. Sorry, birdies, out of the way, beep beep. Yeah, we are coming very close to that 15-minute mark, so I think that this is now just the battery. So what I would say, because we've been at this speed for about 2 or 3 minutes, I would probably say that I have found the drive time to be about 11 minutes until he slows up. Which again is not terrible, but don't think you're going to be flat out for the whole duration of the car battery, because you're not. You're going to be going for about 11 minutes, and then he's going to slow down to this speed. And as you can see, I was going to say I am flat down, but then he just stopped. Oh, there we are. That's the battery, my friends. That is the battery. So let's have a little look. Let's turn off the transmitter. Let's turn off, put my hand up inside here just for a second. Let's turn off this, there we are, turn off the car as well. Right, okay, let's see now if I can take off this little guy. So, kilometers an hour, max speed, 30 kilometers an hour. So that is 10 kilometers off the actual rated 40 kilometers an hour. So we're 10 kilometers off there. Average speed is probably going to be quite low. Average speed is 8 kilometers an hour. The highest altitude is 32 meters. Peak altitude is 38. Trip kilometers is 1.7 kilometers we've done with this little car. Wow, this little car is great. I like this. Now what you're going to find is when you are driving him, first of all, he's going to really want to rip, really want to go. You're going to want to just break that motor in a little bit there. But one thing, this little fifth wheel at the back here wasn't any use, I found. He didn't flip, he didn't want to come up, he didn't want to bring the wheels up. But I suppose if you're going around a corner, you do get the 3 wheels up as well. So if you do hit a curb or something and he is going to come up on 2 wheels, that is going to stop him from flipping. So it's a really nice addition, don't get me wrong, really nice addition. All in all though, the actual stability of the car was excellent. You could really see the suspension working really well. You could see that the turning was perfect, well, almost perfect. I had to use a little bit of steering trim, so it started off and I was right dead in the centre here, and now I'm about 2 notches over or to the right, just because he was pulling, just to ensure now that he is going to drive as straight as possible. So I'll keep that setting on the transmitter, I think. All in all though, I thought he was excellent. We did a little bit of a test straight down the road and he came back without any issue. It wasn't really a proper meter test, so you know, you've got no problems with transmitter range there at all. Now what I will say is, when you are going, as we have discussed, his wheels are all-terrain, so they are tarmac, they are grass, but you may find them better suited for grass than tarmac. I did find that he is a little bit slippy. He's very easy to right when he is slipping though, don't get me wrong, but he will slip out on you a couple of times. But just to get him back around, just opposite lock, just a little opposite lock, little shake of the steering wheel, and he just turns around without any issue. So all in all, I think this guy is brilliant, and I'm going to be using this guy a little bit more in the future. So there we are, folks. Thank you ever so much for watching and listening. I've been JD. You've been fantastic as always. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. Hello and welcome to all the new subscribers. I hope you're enjoying the channel. So until next time, my friends, happy racing.